And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. Listen up, everyone. Marriage does not automatically grant you sex. Learn that. A relationship and sex expert lays out the healthy ways to express your sexual desires while also setting some boundaries.
This woman has a problem, and she says her husband won't stop behaving like a teenage boy, constantly wanting sex from her. She says she forces herself to have sex with him once a week, but he's constantly groping her, touching her, and she wants it to stop. We're talking about her legally married husband. Your thoughts on this?
Okay, so obviously, doing what I do a lot of kink therapy and a lot of sex therapy with couples, mainly in the LGBT community or couples that have been married for quite a long time or together for quite a long time, and they've lost the spark, so they come to me and find ways to reconnect with each other. So this is a very touchy subject, okay? Now, given the article that you sent me, there's not a whole lot of details going on with what's going on. It doesn't tell how long they've been together. It doesn't tell whether or not she's premenopausal, postmenopausal, any of those things. There are so many factors that could go into this that could play a part into what she's feeling. Now, the number one problem that people have with this, they're saying that he should be allowed to cheat, right? That was like the number one comment section. Like, if she's not giving it up, he's got to go find it somewhere else. Now, there's two sides to this. Now, number one, a couple needs to, number one, talk about their sexual expectations before they get into a committed long-term relationship. And that's what us Americans don't tend to do. Like, we're so uptight and taboo about sexual experiences that we just kind of, keep it inside and don't want to talk about it. Everyone's love language is going to be different. Everybody's physical expectations are going to be different. And if you go into a relationship where one person is hypersexual and the other person is not sexual at all, maybe they're asexual, maybe they're just hormonal changes that are affecting their sexual drive. And if you don't communicate about that, your relationship's going to be destroyed from the inside out, because whether or not people want to admit it, sexuality and sex in a relationship is going to be the number one factor of your longevity. Like, period. You can love somebody as much as you want, but physical touch is so damn important. Like, there's so many scientific studies that, like, people can literally atrophy their brain when you don't hug. I mean, hug. Human beings, we're pack animals, so we want physical touch. Whenever you hug somebody for 60 seconds, dopamine gets released in your brain. Like, there's so many different things where we need physical contact. So, okay, with this particular situation and my experience as a counselor with this kind of stuff. So, number one, no one is owed sex. That is the number one thing in any relationship. No one is owed sex. Just because you get married, just because you're in a committed relationship, you are not owed physical contact and sex from the other person. So when the people are talking about it, sexual abuse, in a way, if she has already told him to stop several times and he keeps doing it, in a way it is. So he needs to back off. What he should be doing is communicating with her and telling her, listen, I need sex. I need physical contact with you because you're my wife and I love you and I need that intimacy with you. What she's doing is also, in a way, even though, like I said, she does not owe him sex. Her body is her body. That's autonomy, and that's how people should respect it. But at the same time, on the flip side of that, he is a sexual being and he needs sex. There's nothing wrong with that. So if she cannot give it to him, they need to either discuss separation. They need to discuss whether they need to go to couples counseling. They need to discuss whether or not he can seek outside lovers, or they need to break up. So in this situation, she could be hormonal. She could have trauma related to sex that is stopping her from feeling sexual feelings. There's so many outside prerogatives and situations that be coming into this. But number one, no one's owed sex. Number two, you do not have to stay in a relationship that is not giving you sex. That's important as well, because like me personally, like when I'm in a committed relationship, I mean, I want sex daily. That's just me. I mean, I'm just saying, like, multiple times daily. Like, I'm a very sexual person now, but if my partner told me I can't give that to you, like I am not capable of giving that to you, I would respect their boundaries and work out communication to where we can understand each other's boundaries. Unfortunately, most couples, the longer they're together, the longer they're committed to each other, your communication should be getting stronger. But what you've noticed, I mean, the divorce rate and everything, people don't. They just don't communicate properly. So this is, like I said, this is a breakdown of communication. This is 100% a breakdown of communication. No one is owed sex, but also no one has to stay in a relationship that is sexless.
There you go. Lady McCallum, always good to see you. You broke
Me
it
too.
down for us.